The video tutorial on regular expressions. This is Monique Mezer and Muhammad Hassan's group project for CS 1111. So let's go through and just say, what are regular expressions? Okay? And regular expressions follow specific patterns, okay? And those patterns are taken into account for regular expressions and found as a match. It describes the text in a certain quantity, and the software itself finds text, or characters, or digits, or instances of data, takes it, finds specific matches, and outputs those specific matches for the user. Now you could use it for things like finding specific patterns of text, but it doesn't just have to be certain strings. It can also just be digits or phone numbers or emails or anything, as long as it followed in a text file or on a website of HTML. And this can definitely be a huge help. Now, a good thing to know about it is, why would you use it? And I agree, that's a pretty good thing to ask yourself. So yeah, why would you use it? Well, regular expressions make text processing fast, easy, and efficient. And you want it for large amounts of text, right? So if you have a paper, right, that you asked your friend to fill out, right, you could easily just by yourself go through looking for their name, their date of birth, and their email, right? That's something you can do because you are a grown adult and you are able to do these things. However, if you were given stacks of paper, right, like you are organizing a race and so many people filled out their forms, and you need to put all of these forms and their names and emails and date of birth into your computer so that they can be registered for the race, right? Now you're one person, and I don't care how smart you are, that is a lot of work and a lot of wasted time and effort. Well, if you use regular expressions, right, you're easily able to go through large amounts of text and to find specific things, like in this case, a phone number. You can even use regular expressions and manipulate the data so that you're able to add things in it or delete things from it. So if this doesn't give you a good enough act of when you're going to use this, it's shown here again. And then let's put in some more complicated things. If somebody in your forms don't fill out using capital letters for names, one doesn't use their hyphens and phone numbers, and one doesn't put their email down with an ampersand, you can regulate this using regular expressions by just finding the outputs and then manipulating the data. So you definitely want to use regular expressions, because the alternative is making multiple if-then statements. If you're using coding at all, you could do this totally manually. That would be a pain in the butt. Go over some quick examples of regular expressions before we go through and do an example problem. So common things that you'll see with regular expressions are these certain functions, basically. RE.findAll is used to globally find all instances of specific text in a string input. And string inputs, we're going to go over quickly later, but it's everything in the parentheses, and you want this R for raw data. RE.search is used to find the first instance, unlike RE.findAll, where it finds all instances of specific text in a string input. So if you think they put down multiple names but you only wanted the first name of something, you could use RE.search. And RE.match is used to find a specific text in a string input if it occurs at the beginning of the string. This doesn't necessarily add up with RE.search, but RE.match is often used before searching or finding all, so that you know exactly what you're looking at. You can also delete things in RE.match, and a lot of times you'll use this with HTML code. Okay, so let's just quickly go over what goes inside of those parentheses you see above, right? So it depends if you're using raw data, which we're going to go with raw data right now. So for raw data, you have to have the R and then 2 parentheses around your text. And if you're going through and looking just for digits, you can use either 0 through 9 and then close parentheses and a plus, which means more than 1, or you can do D plus and then a backslash, which D stands for digits and will look for as many digits as there are. Either way works, except if you're using D, you need the backslash. If you're using 0 through 9, you don't need a backslash. If you're looking for letters, you can use W plus backslash, or, and this one's awesome, you can use A to Z plus. And this will look for uppercase and lowercase. You can also just do it with uppercase or lowercase. It's all up to you. The dot actually means anything. It'll look for absolutely anything in that instance. If you want a regular dot, you need to use the backslash. Backslash space will look for multiple spaces. And you definitely want to know that there is such a thing called quantifiers, which find a certain number of instances which an input string can be used, right? So if you have A through Z, with a star, you can use it more than once. If you have it with a question mark, it'll look for only the first instance. So that's also really important when using these. Okay, let's go do our example problem. Okay, this is our quick minute example problem. Given the list of dates above, match the dates and print them out, capture the months and dates and print them out, and you have to use this regular expressions. Okay, so regular expressions only work with strings, so we're going to make this list into a string, which we just do that with the quotes. Okay, so now we need a regular expression to find all of these. So we're definitely going to use re.findAll. Oh, and something really important, we need to import our regular expressions. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to use this as raw data. We need to look for first a capital letter, and only one, followed by lowercase letters in a multitude. After this, we need to find digits. So let's do 0 through 9 plus. Right? But you know what we forgot? We forgot a space. So now that we have that space in there, let's run this. Okay? But before we run it, let's put list. The second part of re.findAll has to be what you're looking at. Alright. So we found all of the dates. Now we only want the months of the dates. So let's do this simply using the first part of our code. Right? So we're only looking for the pattern which corresponds to the month portion. And that would be this. And once we have that, we just go through our list, run the code, and we're given the months. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. A quick recap of what regular expressions are, which are pattern recognizing software useful for determining patterns in text. You would use them to sift through data quickly, efficiently, and in large amounts. And you could use them in text strings, quick find of specific information, like in races, or for phishing, which is email stealing. But that's for another topic. Thank you for watching.